So you're from a smaller island. What
Mm.
kind of concerns do people on your island have, or what kind of concerns do you have?
For the world, you mean?
Right, right.
Well, recently, when I was in high school, I had a friend whose aunt died from AIDS, and she was probably the first victim of AIDS, first AIDS victim in our country. And from then on, I've had a concern about AIDS.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a very sad issue that people should be concerned with at present. And being in a university that is in Asia at the moment, um, I think that the country which I'm living in now, which is Japan, they have this issue. But the thing is, their cultural understanding is a bit limited to a certain degree, whereby they're not allowed to accept the fact that there are AIDS victims. So I think, like other countries, Japan should be one of the countries that should be concerned with AIDS, should have projects and should have workshops and lectures to discuss
And
certain things.
you're involved in those sort of things here,
Yes,
aren't you?
yes, I am. I'll be organizing an event, particularly for the AIDS lectures and workshops, which will be held in December.
Uh-huh.
We'll be discussing and we would like to come up with a summary which basically teaches Asian students, basically Japanese students, about the importance of accepting AIDS in their community and how they should be aware of it and how they should be on the safe side rather than on not so safe side. So yeah,
I see. So it sounds like you keep yourself very busy.
one has to be busy.
I don't know when you have time to study.
I put in time for that as well.
Okay.
Do you want to actually no, keep it going? Can you
Yeah.
ask her like specific things you do, like condoms or posters or things like that?
Mm.
Like,
Okay.
what do you do to make children
Right.
aware?
Mm.
Okay. And so what will you actually teach them at the conference?
Mm.
Like specific things to make them
We have
aware.
a lecture. We have lectures, which is basically done by doctors or health clinic individuals who know more about AIDS. Then we facilitate students from our university who have researched or have had previous experience with the disease or have worked at a medical institute, for example, or
Uh-huh.
have worked with people who have AIDS before. We use these individuals to be facilitators, whereby we have workshops and they will teach people who will be coming to our conference or our meeting about the program. What they do is
Uh-huh.
and they give out condoms and we write posters and we inform them of issues, how AIDS comes about, the origins of AIDS, anyways,
Mm-hmm.
how it comes about, what should be done when you have it, who you should be consulting with, what other diseases or sicknesses, or how you can actually get AIDS, and you also the other things we do is we inform them of how important that the victims of AIDS, we should be actually supporting them as well. Like that's what we teach them. We give them ideas of how these families, these victims, what they go through when they're having the disease, how their families oppose them. Some people don't really accept their children once they have AIDS, for example. So what we do is we teach individuals that in a humane sort of way, a disease which kills and is caused probably by either your own choice is something that you also have to have that concern for them. You also have to say, "Oh, I'm sorry that you have AIDS, but would you like support?" This is the
Uh-huh.
important thing. I think it's basically to do with a humane cultural view, not cultural view, but a more humane global view.
I see.
Mm.
So since I'm here with an expert, how does AIDS come about?
You have to ask me that.
Yeah, okay. We'll learn how to. I think that was good.